The province of Saskatchewan is located in Western Canada. It is bordered to the west by Alberta, the two being the only landlocked provinces in Canada. Saskatchewan's population is estimated to be just over 1.2 million. In 2016, one of those residents was Mekayla Bali. On April 12, 2016, in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, 16-year-old Mekayla Bali started off her morning like many other teenagers. She was dropped off by her grandmother at Sacred Heart High School just after 8 a.m. to begin her school day. However, after placing her binder in her locker, Mekayla left school via the back door around 8:26 a.m. She was traced as having visited several businesses in Yorkton throughout the morning, before buying lunch at the restaurant in the STC bus depot in Yorkton. She did not get on a bus that day. She was last seen at the bus depot at 1:45 p.m. and has never been seen since. On April 11th, the day before Mekayla went missing, she had lunch at a fast food restaurant with two friends. During lunch, she mentioned going on vacation with her family, possibly to Regina or Saskatoon. Mekayla's friend told police that she had also previously talked about a boy called Josh. When they asked her about Josh on April 11th, she did not respond. Another friend said that Mekayla had told her a man named Christopher was coming to meet her. In the time leading up to her disappearance, she talked about leaving town, but her friend didn't really take this seriously, saying they talked a lot about leaving Saskatchewan for a bigger city. Being from a small town myself, I can absolutely relate to this and had the same type of conversations with my friends at this age too. After lunch on April 11th, Mekayla returned to school for a class. Her class teacher reported that she had appeared upset. After school, Mekayla texted her friend asking for a lift to the bank the following day, adding that it was really important. She called the bank 3 times that evening to check her balance and transferred $25. She also sent text messages to 2 of her friends and her ex-boyfriend. Police contacted her network, but they do not retain details of what is contained in messages, only who the messages were received from. Mekayla's ex-boyfriend reported that she appeared unhappy in the text message and talked about going to Regina for a couple of days. At around 6:41 a.m. on April 12th, Mekayla texted her friend to ask if she would take her to the bank. Her friend told her the bank didn't open until around 8 a.m. and questioned how she could take her at that time. This is something her friend now regrets, but of course she couldn't possibly have known that Mekayla was about to go missing. Not long before her disappearance, Mekayla told a friend that she had around $5,000 in the bank. After investigation, police found that she had nowhere near this much. Later on the morning of April 12th, Mekayla texted her friend Shelby, saying, "Hey, I need help." Then about 20 minutes later, she sent another text saying, "Never mind, I figured it out." Mekayla's friend had left her phone behind when she went to school that day and only saw the text messages once she was back at home, and the school had called to ask if she had seen Mekayla. Mekayla's texts to her friends are among a series of puzzling communications she made on the day she vanished. Those messages, along with surveillance footage taken at several locations around Yorkton, have baffled the investigators tasked with finding her. TELUS has records of some of the messages Bali sent that day, but there are no records of the numerous phone calls she appears to be making in the surveillance footage. Nobody seems to know who Mekayla was calling that day. Friends say she sometimes used apps, some anonymous, to communicate, and in the past she had struck up friendships with people online, including some outside Yorkton and at least one in the US. RCMP investigators have used the surveillance footage to piece together Mekayla's last day in Yorkton. Her movements seem erratic. She walked to various businesses around town, at times appearing to be looking for someone and trying to get money. She was also allegedly seen in a restaurant taking her phone apart and reassembling it. At one point, she talked to some friends about going on vacation to Regina, a place she seemed to have mentioned a lot in the time leading up to her disappearance. She also asked a stranger for help in booking a hotel room. Their investigation led them to people Mekayla met online, old friends, and also a sender of a box of flowers delivered to her school on the Valentine's Day before her disappearance. Nothing came from any of these investigations. At the time of her disappearance, Mekayla was wearing glasses, a teal infinity scarf, jeans, and a burgundy or purple coat. Her blonde wavy hair was worn down. Since her disappearance, Mekayla's family has faced the painful silence left in her absence. Her mother described this silence as deafening. At a vigil held last year to mark the 9-year anniversary of her disappearance, she recalled Mekayla's kindness, beauty, and the joy she brought to those around her. Silence is a word that has taken on a devastating weight in our lives, said Paula. Before, silence might have meant peace or a moment of quiet reflection. Now it echoes with the absence of Mekayla's laughter, the hush where her footsteps should be, the void where her stories and dreams once filled our days, she added. If you have any information regarding Mekayla Bali's disappearance, please contact the Yorkton RCMP at 1844-880-6518 or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-800-222-8477 or submit a tip on the Saskatchewan Crime Stoppers website. Someone must know what happened to Mekayla.